All right, let's see here. Need to. Where's my screen? There we go. I will let you not let me go. Figure this out. All right, I had to figure this. Still trying to figure out this YouTube live stuff. I think I got it figured out. Let's see. Comments. There we go. Okay, let's send this out to the people. All right. Let's give some people some time to come on if they want to come on. If not, well, I got some back testing to do. Looks like the market is moving a little bit. I don't really ever trade during this time of day. Never, 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 never. Right, you already know. Going to be studying the volume profile. Study. I'll go get I got a drink right here. Oh, market is gold is moving a little bit. Just dropped 40. All right. Get started here in a second. All right, so I got the 830, the open of the indices. I've got that marked off. We're gonna get started here, here shortly. What I want to do, I want to bring all these out. I want to bring the hourly ones out. I think is what I want to do. Bring them out on the minutes. And then where are those? Why aren't they coming out? Go to the 1 hour. Go to the 5 minute. Why aren't they showing up on the 5 now? Goodness gracious. These indicators, man. I have it programmed to show me it from 1 through 59. Just turn it on. Why isn't it showing? It's crazy. So let's go to indicators, technicals, volume profile, and we're looking for the periodic volume profile. Session volume profile. Like, give me something, Jesus. Okay. For now, I'll just remove that since it's not working. And this is the session volume. So each session, and then we'll have the overall volume. If that's confusing to you, then buckle up. Let me get a little bit of music going for myself, because I'm about to get into it. I'll listen to some instrumentals. What do we call them? Lo-fi stuff. Ooh, might be. All right. So yeah, like I said, right here, 1 day. So this is giving you the volume for that specific day. And then the red line is giving you the volume for the majority of the volume for that day. All right, so and over here, this is giving you the volume for everything that's on the screen. Right, so the majority of the volume of everything on the screen is up here right now. If we scroll back, and let me just delete everything. If we scroll back, way back, you see a whole bunch of days and stuff, but it's saying that majority of the volume is down here. Now, what does that mean? That means that these areas are your areas of liquidity, basically, for lack of better words, to not just super dive into this indicator today. These are the areas where the market's going to target. Okay, and then these areas that have less volume are areas where price most likely slips through. And it most likely slips through it, or it could reject at it. Now, usually it rejects at these bigger levels, and it'll slip through until it gets to a bigger level, or until it hits a level of a point of control, these red lines, that has not been tested yet. Those are also really important areas. So you can see like an example here where on this day where we had a big move up, and you can see the big move, the big box, the big O daily candle, and the volume profile was here, or the point of control was here. When the market came back into that, kind of broke and retested it, it took off the next 2 days. And I guess it didn't take off, right? But the next 2 days, it ended up going up. And it still technically is going up. So we're going to be trying to take advantage of that a little bit. Let me change this to white. And let's change it to white. And then see how we can take trades off of it. So I've can really use this a couple different ways. I'm trying to use it more as a breakout system. That's how I'm going to be testing it. And I'm going to be looking at these times only. So I don't really want to get too caught up unless we're in one of these times. And today I'm going to try to keep a record of the trades, but I am genuinely, I don't care at all how these trades play out. This isn't the system that I trade off of yet. I am a, fib trader. We might add some of those trades to the mix right here just to see. But I'm gonna really be testing this volume profile out to see how it's gonna work. Okay, we're sticking with the Dow Jones. I want to bring it back, and I'm just gonna click right here. So I don't think we're too far back. We're in November. Let's see if it'll let me go any further. Hold on. Okay, it did. And did we go back further? I don't know if we did. This is the October now. Let's see if we can go here. What's it doing? And no. So we have a limit to how far we can go with this back testing. I have to maybe go to the 15 minutes at maximum if we wanted to go way further back. But I'm trying to stay on these lower time frames to get a good read on this, so we cannot do that. Okay. Maybe if we go a little bit further into the future, we can get onto the 5 minute. No, okay. Wait, did that let me go to the 5? It sure did. Okay, very cool. Just doesn't give me a lot of data to work with, so I can't do that. Goodness gracious, TradingView. That's a piece of crap because I paid for a lot of money for this. So I can go, let me just stop right here, and I guess we can just back test this. All right, so I like to go to the daily just real quick to see what the market is looking like. Okay, we're up here, and we already know what's going to happen, kind of, but we'll just play the system. The point of control is technically way up here on this volume to the right. So this is like a super important area technically on the volume profile. Okay, this is the biggest node is what it's called that's sticking out. And then right here is kind of where it stops. So you see the shaded area, how it becomes more shaded here, less shaded there. That is going to be 70% of the volume is sitting inside of this. So we'll make this just a demand area. In where price is currently breaking out from, that area is one of the lowest areas of volume. So we'll just keep that in mind. Below is not a lot of volume. And we are sitting above the 50 EMA. So that's kind of bullish. It break a little high right there. Little divergence as price is making these higher highs into this area. Let's back this off a little bit. And so you can see that it should most likely come up into this red zone, and there is a control here as well from looks like all of December. So I'm just going to mark this off like that with this white line. Will be an important area there. And if it does come down in here, this is another important area right here. Way up here, we got another untested area right there. All right, let's go on to the 4 hour. You see, I'm just strictly reading the volume profile. I'm not really, I'm not marking these levels off from what I see. I'm just off open volume levels. Right, so we have a big one right here, huge volume right here. So we'll mark this off. And since it hasn't gotten hit yet, we'll call it supply. But there isn't a lot up into that. So it's most likely going to just go straight there. If it breaks this demand, there is still this guy chilling right here that has, technically that's a hit. So we got some guys way down here still. And that kind of creates a little zone. We have one right here, way down here. And, you know, until price breaks, we're not going to worry about it. But then here would be the next area. If it starts to break lower, we'll look. Right, but these are kind of just the zones that I'm drawing based off of volume. Go to the 1 hour and get a little closer. Okay, that makes sense. See how we should fly straight into this area based off of volume. And then this isn't a lot right there either. So I'm going to tighten this up just a little bit like that. Keep that there. But I do want to kind of bring in another smaller little zone right here to see if, because we're gonna go on to these lower time frames and try to take advantage of these gaps basically. All right, now 15-minute, 1 hour per second for any open volume. There's one up here. It's basically that. Not really. Minute. Got this right here. Okay. Yeah, so we're looking for this to break out. So we'll draw some structure spots. Now I need to change. The structure is going to be in yellow. So whenever I draw some structure, it'll be yellow. Let me bring this out. Okay, let's make it full screen. All right, so what we're looking for it to do basically now is break through here and go into this next area of volume, which we've marked as this, but it could come all the way up into here. And we really wanted to do it during a certain time of day versus the time that it's in right now. So we really want to wait for like that 7:30 or 8:30 technically for me. You can see it's already starting to break. It's probably going to smooth move straight up there. And boom, the smooth move straight up into that zone, just because there wasn't anything else to fight against it. That's the premise behind that. So at this point, you know, if it comes back down and taps into this area that hasn't been hit yet from yesterday or the day before technically, then it should be good to go. Here was that structure. I'll bring that out. And that kind of broke here, but yeah, the only trade that could have been taken would have been right here off the open. It is once that broke. So let's look into that. So I need to slow this thing down. All right, so we're expecting this thing to go into this area, right? Since it kind of broke this area. And now we get, are we on the 5 minute? No, we need to go to the 5 minute. Is it gonna let me? That's the 5 month, 5 minute. Okay, cool. So let's look. I forgot to get into the 5. So when the market opened, we're expecting it to go into this level. So if that is the bias, which it was, we're going to do that. Now, one or two things, it's either going to come retest this, which has been perfect, but it didn't, right? So it would be like a buy stop scenario. A big bullish candle. This is one thing we need to start looking at for breakout traders. Big bullish candles with volume, not just a price action bullish candle, with volume, approaching an area, a high or a low, right? If you're expecting the market to make a new high and you get a bullish volume candle approaching your area, it's almost a good idea to play it off that candle, is what I'm starting to see. I know Cole plays either right here at it or right here. And we'll use that candle as the stop loss. So if that's the case, that's a 2-to-1 into this area. And, you know, I'm not super familiar with this entry strategy yet. I'm trying to find one for breakouts. So whether if I want to put it above the high or if I want to enter off of the nice price action volume candle, you know, I don't know. That makes it a 3-to-1 if I enter right when this hits right there. So I've never done this on the real trading view. So we buy here, we're negative, oh, and then we're positive, we're only positive, oh, and then we're okay, I like that. You get to see the money move a little bit. Yeah, okay. So once this thing goes into like that, I will probably shift this so I don't lose anything. And then from there, when you get another candle like this, and this is you got to start thinking, why should I hold? And stuff like that when you're backtesting. When my momentum breaks like this, that's when I know that I should just chill and hold. Even if it comes down here, since the momentum broke, there will be another wave. Even if it's a divergent wave, that other wave will come through. Okay. And then this here could be coming soon as we get a little bit of volume. So this could be the come down and then pop back into this. And that's okay. I'm going to hold all the way. At this point, let's see, it did hit a decent amount. I would probably take most of my profits off here and then just hold on to about 25 or 30% of it to secure that like psychological level up here, that like, hey, yo, I knew this was going to. And there's not a lot right here, right? So it's either going to reject and smooth move through, or it's gonna come right back down. We'll see. All right. Nice. So that was like a 3-to-1. So I need to keep a list somewhere of the one was a W and it was a two. And I kind of hindsighted that, but I just gotta slow down, and I'm strictly gonna play these rules every time. So we're gonna see how they play out. Okay, so that's good. Let's go to the next trade. Do I have to sell right there, or is it gonna sell for me? Let me back up. Or like, wait, what do how do I close? Flatten, is that the word? Close position, okay, bet. So we would have closed it right there. All right, bet. It's not gonna give that to me. I'd rather close it on the candle before that then. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let's close it right here. Flatten. All right, bet. Does it keep my P&L somewhere? Whatever. Okay, here we go. Next trade. I'm gonna wait for the next day. And then, okay, here's the day's over. So let's go to the 1 hour and see what we're looking at. We're gonna move this guy into this demand area where this has moved a little bit over here. And so if the market comes back into this, I think we should look for a buy. We started to get this breakout of this falling wedge. There was this divergence here. It's not what we're testing. So the market's into this first level that we marked off. If it starts to break through here, I mean, to me, it looks like it's going to go swiftly through this. Let's look what the volume profile is telling us. Okay, a lot of resistance here is what this is showing me. So if we do start to break down, it's probably breaking down quick. Yellows areas are structure areas. So let's remember that. This is just a level of structure right here. And then the volume obviously is volume structure. So yeah, this looks like it should probably fall. Let me see what's gonna happen on the 15-minute. We're getting anything different looking? Not really, except this comes down here on the 15th. All right, let's go to the, what I'm seeing though is what I want to do is just mark these two levels, like just this and this off, and whichever one it breaks during the open, that's probably the way we got to go. And then the level is, instead of this being this big level right here, we need to just make this like this. And then the next level needs to just be up here because that's too much. That next level needs to be right there. So we'll go right here. And we'll extend this out right there. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the 5-minute. And we'll wait for the time of day. I'm seeing some divergence stepping in right now. So we could see a little correction, but remember we had this big pop in the MACD. So if price comes back into some good levels, we might need to take a look at that. Yesterday's interesting level right here as well, not just this. So I want to kind of just throw that out there for us. If we see some price action in that level and then some volume step in, and then of course down here. This is not a good level. These are all good levels. Okay, gotta just make sure. So I don't want to be back testing for no reason. and big divergence coming in. I'm leaning towards the downside. 4, 5, 6. There's the downside. All right. So if it comes into this level, which it should, right? It's already slipping. We might have to look for it to range and then buy out. But man. All right, there's the open. So hold up. Is there a trade-off of this? So here's the opening candle. If we were to look for it to slip through the next area of volume, which we have marked off right here, I'm just going to make it a little like this, and then I'm going to copy and paste and bring this down here. And I'm going to take away this whole big zone. All right. If it's going to come into this level or this point of control, we need to assess what that would look like off the open, right? So really you want to look at this before the opening candle, obviously, but short, I don't know if we would have, because that would have been the candle. Here's the short opportunity. You put your stop up here. This would be 1 to 1. This would be 1 to, all right, let's just see what this looks like. Because I don't know what it's going to do. Yeah. Is this a structured level right here that it's at? It's kind of breaking under it. Well, I'm playing with that. So here we go. We would have shorted it already up there, but I just want to see if it'll keep my P&L somewhere. Okay. So it's looking like the point of control for today has shifted into this area where we sold from, basically. So we'll see what that means or can do. Oh, nice drop. Okay, so it hit this TP1. So that's nice. We should probably move the stop to break even at least. But what I'm noticing is we're getting nice volume with momentum increasing to the downside. So we should see this roll over. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this though. Smart practice. It was a 1 to 2.2 total, but let's just see how this ends up going. At TP1, when there was a lot of volume here, you probably should just take half off in the real markets. But when you got that volume increase right there and momentum, it's telling you it should roll. So let's go. And there it is, the roll. Oh, but you get the wick. Will it fill it? That's interesting. We get the wick with higher volume in the demand area. I think it'd probably be smart to close, but I want to see what happens. Let me assess real quick. No, I'm not gonna close. It's slamming down. If I was gonna get into a buy right now, I would wait to buy because I would think it's gonna go lower. So I'm just gonna wait for this to go a little lower. How about that? But I want to assess how it gets there. We're getting some bullish volume now. Interesting. Break through it, and it's definitely getting there. So if it breaks, and it might be it just kind of created that little wick, it might start to slam through now. But what I'm seeing is the overextension of the market. The market overextended right now. It's the probability it needs to correct, but the momentum is very bearish. That all it has to do is one more little pump and then it could correct very easily. So we'll see. I'm just talking this through like I'm in a real trade. And there's the momentum. Oh, it's fake. So this is probably a good spot. Just even if it does roll through with the price action doing this, I mean, you should probably flatten the trade out. I'm just going to flatten it. And then let's see if it rolls through and gets me. But I think what's happening right now is the momentum is starting to pull up. And we will see this probably come up here and then roll through. Oh, it would have hit my TP. So very cool. For the stats, we get to put 1 to 2, but we'll get to see my P&L and stuff after this, I believe. Is it? Oh, it only gave me this right there. Where's my other trade? I had 2 trades. Oh, well, I don't really care, I guess. I should be at more than that. That's cat. I did another one over here. Wow. Oh, well. Here we go. 2 is a W. And that was a 1 to 2. So at this point already, right? Sheesh. Okay. Might as well put this other trade that we had up on here too. Put this high right here. Entered off this candle. It was this one. Over there, we targeted this. Hit it. Just put that right there. It resets after I rewind when it's capped. It doesn't matter though. So it is not holding at this level. We're falling down pretty good. It's most likely coming down into here. So let's just really quick assess the 1 hour and make sure these levels are still good. That strong level held really nicely. So that's something to remember. That was a big time level and it held. So I want to make this one just a little bit bigger so we know it is that strong level. I still think we can move this to about right here because this is the last of that 70%. And other than that, if it breaks that, we will assess because it could really fall. 15, nothing in between here. I'm taking this out. There's nothing in between here. And we might as well make this a little bit bigger to the downside. Okay. I'm not seeing a lot. If price gets back up above here, then it really needs to get back up above here as well. All right, I'm trying to get into another trade. Let's make this. This is an area I've had marked off. Why? Delete that. 5 minute waiting. Big move off of that. I think that was that line I deleted or whatever. Okay, so what I'm seeing now is a bunch of divergence here off of this big impulse. There was good volume with that. So this daily candle was a big down candle, and then we caught that move down, but then it ended with a wick. So that's something to note. Go look at that 4-hour price action real quick. Okay. Kind of diverging pretty good on the 4 right there on that double bottom. Nothing else major though. Let's go back to the 1. All right, so we're here in this area where there's not a lot of volume. So we'll mark this, and it's kind of already broken it. Let's go back to the 5-minute. I'm thinking we're about to make a move, kind of a fast move up here. We'll have to play the open, but I don't like the divergence. I hate playing against divergence. If we can tap into this daily point of control from yesterday, or this one already got tapped, so this would be a good buying opportunity if it comes into here, but that's not really what we're testing. So let's see. We need to wait for 8:30, almost, and 4:30 is right there. As fast as this goes, sorry. All right, that's a 7:30 volume fakeness. I don't like the 7:30 volume. I like to wait for that opening bell. But look what it did. It almost tapped the day before point of control and then made a fast move out of it. So I said if it comes down in here, it's a good buying opportunity, but it's not what we're testing, really. I'm trying to test breakouts more. So here we go. What we're gonna look at is if it can come back up above here, we're gonna look for the move into this next zone. If it breaks below, we're gonna take it to the next zone below. That's how we're looking at this one. Kind of a sketchy one, I guess. Is it 8:30 yet? 8:25. Here's the 8:30 candle. Boom. And we get a whole lot of Nathan. But of course, volume with not a lot of movement. You're always going to get volume on this candle though. Let's see the next move down. Okay, so we get a big, solid move down. Less volume than the previous candle, but still, let's test this profile out. Just showing up right there. Let's see what that means. We're gonna enter here with our stop loss there. So we're gonna sell. And we're gonna take it down into this next area, at least to this guy. I'm trying to find if this is going to do anything for me over here. You know, the 1-to-1 spot is showing up a little bit, but I'm going to take this to the next zone or see if it goes there. Clean this up. Okay, and next. Ooh, and then instant stop. So that's going to happen on breakouts. Looks like a fake out. So this area might be getting rejected instead of, you know, a full spike through, unless that's just, you know, a stop out. Could have had the stop a little higher, maybe. We'll see. All right, let's play a couple candles. No, okay, so exactly what I thought. It's a fake out. Oh, I gotta flatten that out. Well, that's annoying. Let's see that come back down real quick. But now what I'm looking for is I'm looking for it to come back up into this level. Since it faked out, like I said at the beginning, it's either going to move straight through or give you a fake out. And this is, to me, looking like a fake out. So we're probably going to get this move up. But I want it to come back down so I can close this a little bit so I don't have to do the rewind. There we go. Is this where I sold at right there? Yeah, that's close enough. Okay. So I'm almost tempted to look for the buy right here. I don't think it's going to make a new low, but I'm not going to do that. I'm waiting for it to break out. And like I said, I do want to try to only take trades off the 7:30 open. I need to mark this trade off on my record. Did take an L just there. So 3, We'll do an L. And it was a 1 to 2, but that doesn't matter. Well, it does, right? Okay, and so that was 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Good, good, good. Okay, I want to continue what I'm doing, but let's look at I'm not going to take a trade here because I'm only going to take it during the open to make this more systematic. But watch the volume profile. See if when we break here, if we go straight into this level. No break. Oh, is it going to give us a play for the next day? It did. Okay. That's the next week. So it gapped up above that and went into the level. So that's pretty cool. We're waiting. All right. So at this point, once it gets here, I think we're gonna wait. Hold up. All right. It made a crazy move down back into this level. And then off the open, I don't think we would have been able to trade that. Let's see. Actually, that is a tradable move. Let's look at this real quick. So when we get this little coil in the middle of zones, that's what we need to start looking at. Let's bring in a little bit more price action. Okay, we're not in the middle of the zone. We're in a pretty strong area right here, actually. Let me bring in more price action because that was not there earlier. But okay. I don't know if we would call this a trade or not. Let me see. So this was the zone and price is getting right up into this zone. And then off the open, we'd be expecting it to come back into probably this. So let's see. The next candle would be the opening candle. So if we're going systematically every day, trying to find a trade off the open, it would be right here. Our stop would be at the wick of the candle or at the high of the candle. And our target would be here to here. So still a 2 to 1, it's worth taking. And we kind of know it rolls through. Wick, scary. So is this gonna come through and fill that wick before it stops us out? I don't know. There it goes, fills the wick, gives more volume, more momentum. This should roll through and at least hit this mark. It should hit the day before's point of control. There it is. All right, well, that's cap because it was definitely on this line and it was like 300 bucks more or something. But that's the spot where you'd want to get out most likely, or at least take profits, have an alert, something right there, right? It's a pretty clean move. I keep forgetting to hit this button. It doesn't matter. This doesn't matter right here. I'm just gonna stop messing with that. So this was a 2 to 1, just under 2 to 1, right? So we'll put that on there every day, finding a trade type thing. 1 hour, let's see if it's on this chart. There we go. So we're doing 4 days in a row. This is a W on this one, 1 to 2. And then we'll go to the 5 minute. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, so that was clean right here. This mark off of that level, that was clean. All right, let's continue this. 5 minute. And you see how I didn't like go back in time to mark these levels off or anything? I literally just marked them off from the volume profile, and you see how they're getting respected heavily. I mean, who catches that move right there? Sorry. So what I'm seeing right here, man. Okay, I keep. Let me. Come on, mouse. All right. So obviously it's inside of these two levels, and it's very simple. Very simple when it's inside the two levels that you have marked off from the volume profile. Once it breaks this one, it's either going to go to this level or it's either going to go to this level. And that's genuinely how my homie has been doing it too. That's how we're going to keep it. Pretty easy. But man, I just saw it break down, but we're gonna see if the stop gets hit early or whatever, because the thing about this system is the stop loss is in jeopardy, in my opinion. But you're taking advantage of the momentum and you're taking advantage of the volume of the open of the indices. That's I think the whole key to it. And when you're marking off volume levels, you're essentially marking off where the market should go to, and then maybe just reverse on a dime, maybe not, it doesn't matter. You're just looking for it to get there first. Just like this little move right here. That was crispy clean. Now I'm expecting it to come, I would say probably to right here. And I'm just gonna mark that off, but I want to use like a low or maybe even this area way down here. Let me see. So it's hard to get these levels down when it's a little choppy. All right, so this is a bigger level. We're gonna move this down to like this. Just delete this and move this up a little. And then I'm gonna add, and these should be blue, but it doesn't matter. One right here. Okay, so those are gonna be my levels that I play. We'll make this a little smaller. And really it's telling me if it breaks above here, there's just not a lot of volume, period. But I'm gonna give it love. All right, a little subjective. Volume is a little bit of an art. Subjectivity, I don't like it in trading. All right, so we're gonna wait for the open bell. It is okay. We got two more candles. One. Okay, so the downside's starting to pick up a little bit right before the opening. And then the big move up. All right, so if it continues to go up and breaks this level, we're going in. This is not an area where when it's in between these levels like this, going this sideways, this ugly, this is not a trade yet off of the opening candle. If it reverses instantly, then it is. And it went, look, you see where it went to though. It went straight to this level. That's crazy. You could have tried to trade that, but the risk to reward off the candle is too big. It wouldn't make sense. So now if we break through this, we're good to go. And we get a rejection candle. Another, oh, it looks like we could break out. And then we get the psych. Big volume with that as well. Coming into a level, that's almost a trade opportunity, but we're not going to take that. We really want to have this trade off within the next 30 minutes. So 1, Oh, and you see what just happened right here. We wicked this volume point of control of today. So you see how it went through it and then it came back below it and then it wicked it. I'm telling you, this is a trade spot right there. Get into it right there, stop right there. And if it's gonna go down for the day, you have a great opportunity. But that's not what we're trading. We're trading breakouts. But there's the instant move down. Another move. You'd be scared. All right, boom. Okay, big breakout. So that would have been a perfect shot. Now this, excuse me, this candle's a little bit too big, I think. Short right here. Stop on the candle. I mean, we can go for the one-to-one and see what's good. We need to really try to go for more than that. I wouldn't expect it to just, I kind of wouldn't expect it to just smash through this, but I want to always have at least a 1 to 2. So I'll give it this. that TP doesn't make sense to me, but we'll just ride out with that. In fact, this doesn't make sense. I got to do a 1-to-1 and see if the 1-to-1 works. And if it doesn't, I'll write that a 1-to-1 didn't work. Very simple. All right, next candle, please. And we need to break that low or it's a rejection. And what I don't like is the point of control is my stop loss. So I could easily come back and retest that and then hit my TP. Nice. Okay, is it gonna get into the TP though? Because I'm not taking profits unless it does. Nice. Okay, hit the TP, perfect. Will it roll into this one? It looks like it's going to. The momentum increased, but the volume did not. So that's the first time the volume didn't increase with the momentum. It made the exact same low. 2-to-1 would have hit. Huh. That's wild. That is wild. Very cool. All right, so we'll go to the 1 hour. Find my stats. We'll do 5. And I originally had it at 1-to-1, so I guess I'll just keep that just so I can see that even the 1-to-1 kind of hit. Okay, we're 5 days in, and our P&L, profit to loss, is we have 1 loss, 4 wins with let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 is a loss. So if we're doing 1% every trade, we're up 7% in 5 trades after 5 days. So each day we've taken a trade, I believe, except maybe 1 day. I think I deleted 1 of the trades. So it doesn't matter. We're not going to go back and look at them. We're just going to keep it rolling. All right. 5 minutes. Say that wanted to hit on 5. Well, I only put in 1-to-1 because the original, all the other trades, I've been using the first zone of volume as the first TP. So I haven't really been extending it to the second zone for the first TP. If that, I don't know. I could say it as 1-to-2, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? But let's wait for this next opportunity here. Now these are getting to this level. I want to maybe put some more price action into this because this could start to slip. Let's see. guess this would be the last little level right here. I'll put another guy right here, little guy right there, but ultimately there's another one right here, I guess, just like the last line of defense. But those are really tight zones. I don't love them at all. So we'll see. It's starting to get a little too zony for me, to be honest. We'll see about this though. Waiting for the next day. Let's see how these zones are spec'd at least. How about that? Because we're waiting on the next day anyway. I love how that respects right there. It's crazy. Coming into this zone right here, we get some bullish divergence, right? So what I'm gonna look for is price to slide through into here and then probably move right back up off the open. Because are we breaking these lows yet? No, we're not even close. Okay. Yeah, this was a nice area of demand, right? So just thinking logically, how price like was trying to sell off, but then it instantly said no thank you, and also again said no thank you, again said no thank you, but then the steam started to wear off. So they're like, hold up, I think they're gonna say no thank you again. I don't know why I'm saying that, but bullish divergence is giving me some hints here. Just a Wyckoff type of roundness, we might get this, or we're just gonna play it how we see it, right? I'm not too picky on things today. Sideways in between these two. Okay, we're popping into this, getting that 830 vibes. Okay, so the divergence played out. That's like the second time it's played out there in London without me. 730 is coming. We're coming into the zone before it. Even, yeah, okay. So we hit straight through, and you see the smooth kind of moves through the zones. That's the important part. So I don't know about you, but I don't like waiting when I'm trading. I like to like get to the bag. So that's why I'm testing this volume profile out more than anything. Here is an untested area, an untested point of control that it looks like we're going to get into. So we'll mark this off. That'll be an interesting area. I'm going to delete this because it doesn't look too important. I'm going to play this area instead. A little bit of subjectivity there. And then we have today's point of control as well, which is not really in an interesting spot. I wish it was at a better zone. We'll see if it moves. And we're willing to buy off of a breakout of this high with volume. Here's the volume. Okay. So not breaking with a close yet, but the next candle, if it breaks up, we're good to go. Ooh. All right, here we go. So let's see if the system is a good one, a good to go again, because it's been treating us nice. We have been entering off of the open. A buy stop is questionably looking better at this moment, but I'm going to stick with what we're doing. And then we've been putting the stop loss at the low of the candle. So playing the candle of the 5 minute off of this. It's crazy to me, but, and then we're taking this to an area of volume. So the first one's a 3 to 6, 3.6 to 1, I mean. So, oof, beautiful move. Was that a 1-to-1? Right off the jump, 1-to-1. So usually I'm moving my stop to break even right now, or might even take some partials, but this looks like it should jump. Ooh, if I had my break even, I'm not getting the bag on this one. So let's see how this works out though. And there it goes. It's a different system around here with that break-even stuff. And there goes the jump of the volume profile. I got to back it up and show you all that. All right, I backed it up way too much. But you see how the volume of the point of control is down here? And then when the opening price starts to go, it moves up. It moves up into these areas. So point of control started to already move up. The second the opening price happens, and it's still here, starting to move up a little, boom, moves up a lot. So what does that tell you? That means a lot of people, participants, just came into the market right then, right there. And then what happens? Next candle. Boom, big move up again. Point of control moves a little bit more. And it's most likely gonna get into that level. I'm seeing a little bit of volume right here, right? So if we're still in this trade, right? I said I would have broken it even or took in some profits. Regardless, we're gonna count this as whatever it gets to, because we're just testing. Let's test it out, and boom, TP on a 3.6 to 1. Came almost smooth as it gets. You can't ask for any better price action than that. You know, this is kind of me. If I do have one problem in live trading, it might be that I'm not risky enough. Simple as that. And so sometimes I will move my stop a little early. Sometimes I won't take a trade that I might think is a little too risky. But this is proving that these things kind of just fly into your area or hit your stop immediately. So it's kind of a good little rip your band-aid off type of trades. It's awesome. Because the trade happens at like 8:30 and it'll end pretty quickly. I like it. Okay, so there's another W. That's a 3.6 to 1. Wow. And it's just a different look compared to my other strategy because I'm not used to these risk to rewards looking like this. Or it's just like the price action and the risk reward is actually, it's nice, but I can't really see that. I'm just going to say 3.5 because 3.6 is, whenever I'm putting these right there, it doesn't look like a 3.6 to 1, but it is. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so these levels are working great. We can take this point of control off now because that hit. Let's see if we start to break up above this area. It's a nice little, we're getting a little bit of divergence. Let's talk about that since I'm crowned the. All right, a little bit of divergence. We should see a correction. Now check this out. We got the point of control and the 50 EMA coming right into contact. That's an interesting spot. I would say that there's a lot of volume here. Regardless, the past couple days, let's see the past like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Yeah, there's not a lot up here. Let's see what happens. We're already out the trade, so it doesn't matter. We get the correction because of the divergence. King, look, divergence, correction. I know it's not a lot, but it's a good spot to get out. At least if you're in a trade, get out when you see some divergence. Get back in when you see the bullish divergence. Oh, bullish divergence, maybe get back in if you want to. I'm not. I'm waiting. So 2:30, 7:30. Okay, here we go. 6, 7. All right, so we're in this zone. We're looking forward to probably break through into this one. Okay, well, here's the close of the candle didn't give us an opportunity to sell it, which is okay because it wicks. So now we're thinking it could, if it continues up right here, we're going all the way up right there. There's no real structure that broke right there. I'm not playing that little baby structure. So what I'll have to do is wait for something like this to break. And then we're going to take it up into this point of control right here that has not been tested. So we'll see. If it starts to break lower, we're going to go with this point of control that hasn't been tested. So in my opinion, the point of controls are a little bit stronger than the volume nodes. So if you have to choose which one, choose a point of control. Okay, let me back this up before I look at this because I'm trying to talk about this. Okay. Let's see what happens again, because I don't like that. I don't think there's a play off of this because I'm not shorting that, and there's no play on this, right? So it goes straight to the point of control. Does it hit it? Ooh, tough shot. Okay, so it barely misses this point of control from, this was an old point of control anyway. This is the point of control now from up here that I'm looking at. This is just a zone down there. All right. No trade off of this. Nothing to trade off of at all. I'm not going to take any trades this day probably. It's just a little too, when it goes like that and there's no clear zones, I don't think it's the best trading day. This would have been a good fib day though. So let's just talk about this because we are studying the volume profile. Here's the day, right? We get the volume, well, the point of controls here. We get the breakout to the downside. Boom, boom, boom. We get the retracement, and look where the point of control is at. Right here, right? It stays there. Usually throughout the day, it moves. It stayed right there. And then we get this reaction. And the market ends up falling. One more tap on it. And then reverse right there on a double top right there on that. That's an entry. If you waited all day, I'm not going to count this as a trade, but if you waited all day and you didn't get nothing, man, you just got handed a reward. With the point of control not moving at all still, that's an easy opportunity, and anyone should take that. But now you see the point of control move finally. I'm not counting that, but yeah, there's no trade on that on this day. That would have been like a volume profile type of trade that you better know what you're doing. Okay, we got another drop. It's coming to that zone, man. That's crazy. Well, it's not coming to that zone. We're gonna wait for the next day. Oh wow, the next week happened, and it's okay. Next week happens, and it comes straight up into here. Craziness is happening. Gap straight through this point of control. Woof. Comes into this point of control. Man, this thing is going hard now. Creates another point of control up here. And we need to kind of look at these zones a little bit, make sure they're still okay. Because at this point, I'm doing this, and the market has gone extra sideways, extra choppy, really hard to define any zones. I'm gonna put this right here and keep that right there. We got some open point of controls. We're tapping into one right now. Probably gonna do something off of this. Most likely gonna move a little bit, but we're waiting for 7 or 8:30. There goes the reaction off of that. Just, it literally is freaking clockwork. Snipers need to be using this. Okay, the point of control moved from today, but now it just got hit, so let's see if it just tanks. Wow, it did a little bit. All right. So now we're starting to break through. Really bullish scenario, right? Because it's like a triple bottom type thing, quadruple bottom, whatever. And we're finally breaking this. So what we said, if it breaks this, we're looking for a big move up. A little bit of divergence coming in on these waves, but that's cool. We're waiting for 830 and we're at freaking 3. So if this thing moves without us, that would be crappy. Oh, so we want it back up here again so we can take advantage of this upside. But we do have a point of control sitting here now for the day. That'll be very interesting if it comes into this. Give some more price again. This is a little spot of nothingness. It comes right here. I don't like playing in the middle of these big old zones. So we're gonna wait. I think it's gonna reject here and go back up. I want to try to find a trade every day, so let's see if it can do something. Okay, a little range right here. We can work with this. We'll work with this little range. Let's bring in at least 2 days worth of price action. Okay. Miniature zone here. And a miniature zone here. And then we have this high up here. These are going to be the zones that we're working with. If we break above, we're going back up here. If we break below, we're going down here. Based off of the profile, not me. All right, there we go. Oh, and we wick. So we didn't get to close. We wanted it to close, didn't close. So now we're probably coming back up. We get a bullish candle. That would be good. All right, that's pretty good, but it didn't break the structure yet. I really want to enter now, but I don't think it's part of my rules yet. I haven't created any. I think we're gonna get this move up here though. Ooh-wee. Well, it would have hit 1-to-1, but I just am. What I'm waiting on is a close, right? A close, and this is a pretty strong close, right? So I guess we'll play this or see how if we could play it. We'd put our stop loss here. The next zone is the major zone will be down here, minor right there. So I'm gonna try this and see how this works out. This thing is wildin', bro. I mean, even this move right here. What is this? Almost the 1-to-1 right off the jism. Let's see what happens. Oh, TP, boy. All right, that's wild. Got another one. 7. W 1 to 1.5 on that one. Okay, let's continue. 5. That was a clean one. It really did roll straight into that next zone. All right. It did come back up and retest and then drop. So that whole stop loss at break even shit, you got to get that out of your head. I'm talking to me. Yeah, right, bro. It's different. Okay, what time is it on this? 3:30. We're waiting for 8:30 over at Chur. Okay, so what am I seeing? I'm in the middle of this big O zone again, which it's kind of been moving fast through it, so I don't want to mark off anything in the middle of it. There's no point of controls or anything, so I'm just gonna wait. I think, unless a range is created right here, in which it is. So we're kind of getting this little range here and here. I see it is starting to break, but probably comes back down. Yeah, because it's gonna fake you out before the open. Just know that you're gonna get faked out before the open. But the next move, we're taking it up or down. I don't care. Is this it? Next candle. It looks like we're about to go up. Ooh, fake. You never know on the open. That's my thing. Actually, you never know on anything. That's the real thing. You just never know on anything. So that's why you just lean onto a system. And it didn't break. That is a no break. So unfortunately, I do want to buy right now because I think the momentum is going to carry this through, but it's just not a clean price action candle that I'm going to accept. And that is why it just would have stopped me out. And again, not a good candle, but this is doing one of two things. We will get a move right here, I think. It's either building up liquidity for this to go, psych, got y'all, or it's about to just tank. I think that is pretty easy to see. The volume of the day is still right here, which it should be as it's been ranging. The areas I'm looking for it to go into, I guess, right? I mean, let's see. Is anything standing out right here? I guess right here would be like a first level, but I'm just gonna, if it gives me a huge risk to reward, I'll have to manage it versus it taking it to a level, I think, because I haven't really figured this out yet. So let's just see what happens. Let's see if my intuition is correct on if something is going to happen. Are the bears coming in? Oh, the bulls. All right, so we're starting to get this break of this level. I want to enter right here, but this is not a break of structure yet. It is, but it isn't. So we're waiting for this high to technically get broken. I don't like that. This one's a sketchy one. This one's, I'll have to remember how ugly this was, but this is most likely going to start to zoom. We're going to wait for a clear break, I think. And that's why you wait for the clear break. Wow. Patience is the most important thing sometimes. All right, so now we have something to play off of, but I mean, this stop loss, the system we've been playing, we would be shorting it here with a stop loss way up here. And the TP, even just, you know, a 1-to-1 is way down here. This is not a good setup. We're going to maybe play it still just to see what it does. But I mean, I do like the high volume. I do like the nice price action. So it's not like it doesn't look like it could happen. It's just a risk to reward. It really needs to be like this. But that stop loss is ridiculous too. So maybe I'll do something else. But that's the whole thing. You want to have a systematic way of doing things. And if this was put on an EA or a system, this would be how you want to approach it. Now, maybe you could target this area breaking, anticipating that break to give you a bigger move. That's a little premature, I think. We're not going to be doing that. So let's just play this one-to-one and see what happens, I guess. And in a real market, I probably wouldn't play this, but let's see. I wouldn't play any of these in a real market. I'm testing for this shit. All right. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah, stop hit on this one. So not even close. And that's what I was saying. You can kind of, in my opinion, you can kind of tell the ones that just aren't going to be that awesome. So that's okay. I need to get it some realistic stuff in this. So that's good. Because these stats are looking unrealistic. And it was a one-to-one, which is good to have that. It really is good for the L to be the one-to-one, because it shows that, I mean, look at all the other opportunity. Why would you take a one-to-one when you could just wait for all of these? Backtesting helps you, it helps you know what trades not to take more than what trades to take, in my opinion. And that's in my opinion. So all of this has been done in like 8 to 10 days. That's another really cool thing about this. What I'm trying to get is a great system to pass the FTMO challenge. I don't care about the bots, yo. I am the bot. All right. I literally do not care about those bots. Why would I care about the bots when I trade just like the bots? All right. Coming into a new week. So I think we've done 2 weeks. So 5, 10 trading days. So now we've hit our minimum target for the FTMO challenge for trading days. That's another thing that traders can't even freaking handle. They can't even handle it, trading days. All right, before this pops off, I want to go to the 1 hour. And yeah, it's still within this range. Let's delete some minor zones. It's still within this range. I'm not messing with it yet. Let's go to the 5 minute. I guess this little baby range we could. And one other thing to note is this was inside of a bigger range, so maybe screw those and wait for it to get into a nicer area of volume, because these areas up here are the better areas. Let's go. Are we on 5 minutes? Yep. Okay, what time is it? We're waiting for 8:30 volume. That's a 7:30 volume. Yeah. Okay. 8:15, 8:10. Okay, next candle. And what I'm seeing is if we break this low, we should come down into this next low. So let's see if that happens. The bulls, I'm not seeing anything for them right now. So sorry for the bulls. And there's the low. It already broke. So I think it's not the best idea to anticipate this to break. It needs to, I mean, that's just not how I've been trading the system. It could break through. I've just been trading it zone to zone, even though I do want to just short the mess out of this right here and go for it to break through that zone, but I'm not gonna. There goes that. And just to make sure that there wasn't an actual one-to-one up here. That was the one-to-one. So, you know, I'm still trying to figure this out. Guys, with this system. You know, obviously it's a clean shot right here, but I just don't know how we're we're gonna play this yet. That would have been that. Let's see if it can go down into this next zone, anticipating that. So there's no way to anticipate that next move down. Huh. That's just not happening. Trying to figure that next move down. I mean, I'll count this as a 1-to-1, but I don't like those. I am just playing the opening candle though. So I'm trying to get as much stats as I can just off this opening candle. But the 1-to-1s seem to be maybe a waste of time. I don't know, not a waste of time, but nothing's a waste of time, I guess. Let's go to the next day. I would like to see this low break. Okay, we're at 8:30 now. And I think we've created somewhat of a zone right here as well that we can mark off in a way. Let's see if the volume agrees. So it's more like into here, actually. I'm gonna call that right there. And let's see here. I want this to start to break through the downside though. Well, that's not the time of day that we like to trade. That was probably some type of news. Is it Friday right there? Yeah, NFP right there. So we break through here, we're breaking through here, most likely coming all the way up into this. There's just, I guess if that was an NFP news setup, you could try to play that. I'm not. Okay. We're waiting for 8:30, which is right here. And we're gonna take it into the next zone. With this type of momentum, with this price action, all this stuff, we're taking this into the next zone. We get stopped out, that's fine. 1 to 1.5. And ultimately, this is, I mean, we haven't been anticipating the level break, right? But wow, with this much volume and this much of a move, you would think that if there is going to be a time where level breaks, is going to be right now. So I just want to see what happens right here, because that much volume doesn't happen a lot after you already had a big rising volume. This is, to me, a continuation sign. And if not, we might have to try something we haven't done yet and trade twice in one day. Stop out. All right, so that's fine. That happens. And one thing I will say is I didn't wait for it to break the high, so I probably should have did that, but that's okay. Let's take this the other way for the first time. I want to try this. And if I get stopped out twice in one day, whatever. Okay, so here's the stop. And technically this is the zone, so we're gonna have to take it to this one. This trade doesn't look very good. Doesn't look very good at all. So I'm just gonna wait on that. I don't like that. If it hits, I'm gonna say I liked it. All right, so if I would have shorted here, stop would have been here. Would 1 to 1 have hit? No, sir. That's good. Good no play by me. That fib would have smacked. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? If it breaks the high, I think we have to play this buy, because that is just the textbook. We're gonna continue to the upside. Not yet, because now we're getting divergence. If there's a bullish candle with bullish volume, that is different. That's different. So we're gonna anticipate, and I hate this. I don't like this. So this is divergence, big time. So this is the system I like to play. I like to look for shorts right here. We're gonna buy straight through this system that I usually trade. And we're gonna take it up here on a 3.1 to 5. We're gonna break straight through the zone and head up. Nope. It's probably gonna be an L because most of the W's have just been like, or like instantly into profit. Let's see. It's rejecting right at this zone. I don't like that I'm trying to anticipate a zone to break. This is why this trade isn't good. There's divergence. I'm trying to anticipate a zone that has held to break. My stop is the candle. If my stop was this, I would be 100% certain that this is gonna hit. But since my stop is this candle, that makes it very sus. But nonetheless, it's a great risk reward, basically 1 to 4. So you got to take you gotta kind of choose your battles, right? In in the real market, I have to back test this type of system a lot more for me to have confidence in this type of a risk. So let's see what happens though. With the system that I'm used to trading, this is going to roll to the downside. And we have achieved a 1 to 1 almost. No, okay. Time is it? It's a little later in the day for this system as well. So this is the latest trade we've taken. And that is the sign right there, I think, to get out. Ooh, and there's the pop-up. We get a little bit of volume with the break right here. This could send the market up. Remember, there was NFP, right? And then this, I don't really want to do a whole bunch of technical analysis, but this easily come up here. I'm pretty sure this volume just stepped in pretty heavy right here as well. But once we broke this, it should slide. Be bullish. Never know how these trading view candles are going to close. I try to play it slow so I can see how I would really react. Right, so this is showing not a lot of volume right here. So we move this over, right? If it basically if it doesn't turn around like right now, it's coming down to the stop. But this would be a profitable trade regardless, right? It did go 1.7, so we're not going to call it a loss by any means. I just want to see volume price. So I like how the 50 EMA is starting to creep up above our stop loss now. What I really want to see is the daily profile. I want to see this bad boy point of control come up. Let's see, because it's starting to poke through, but there is major divergence. And all right, that would have been the end of the day. I don't know how I feel about holding any of these over to the next day, but we're just going to do that. Wow, what a if the weekend was expected for it to get there. let's just hit that level that we've marked off. All right, there we go. 1 to 4. Big winner right there, guys. Well, now it's kind of giving away what it's about to do anyway, but that was the 10th trade. So that was a 1 to 4. So we had 2 losers. And we started, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe here or here is when we started. So 12 or 13 trading days is what we did. 12 or 13 trading days. Let's take off this session so we can look at this. See what this comes out to. 2 losses. So we'll start at -2. And then we'll take this one away. So now we can just add everything. So we got 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. This is a total of 5. So that's 14. Plus 4, that is 18%. Woo! That is one of my best backtesting sessions in a while. So, volume profile, as long as you get those levels marked off really well, it's clean, very clean. Let's see if this rides straight through into kind of this next level right here. Let's put it on a 5-minute. I'm not going to count this, but we all are coming into the time of day that we want to trade. So maybe we'll just look for a little pop up right here. Let's see. Be looking for like a 3 to 1. Woo! So I got close to hitting stop at first and then popped out to 1 to 7. Nice. All right, Joe, I'm out. That was good stuff. Great stuff. Appreciate AB for always being on and everybody else who came on. Appreciate y'all. It was a good session.